Oh, we got a couple more here on 6-2, number 83, if that's on the terminal side. So if I go over 1/3, so if one's here, then 1/3 and up a quarter, that's too short to be on the unit circle. So now I need to lengthen this. So I'll figure out how long this is. The radius is on here, and then I'll have to divide by that small number to make it long enough to be out here on the unit circle. So I'm going to take 1/3 squared plus 1/4 squared, so that's 1/9 plus 1/16, and then I'll have to get a common denominator, so I'm going to multiply the first one by 16 over 16 and the other one by 9 over 9, and I'll get 16 over 144 plus 9 over 144, because 16 times 9 is 144. And I'll have to take the square root, and 9 plus 16 is 25 over 144, and the square root of that is 5/12. So the point out here will be 1/3 divided by 5/12, comma 1/4 divided by 5/12. And if I invert and multiply, I will get 1/3 times 12/5 and 1/4 times 12/5, which turns into 3 goes in the 12 4 times, so I'll get 4/5 and 3/5. So the cosine of the angle would be the 4/5. The sine of the angle would be 3/5. The tangent of the angle is 3/5 over 4/5, which is 3/4. The 5's canceling. The secant would be the reciprocal cosine, which is 5/4. Cosecant would be 5/3, and the cotangent would be 4/3. And we get to do this one more time, and this is going to be very close to the same stuff, because 0.3 and 0.4, 0.3 and 0.4 isn't going to get you there, so you're going to have to stretch it a little bit. So 0.3 squared plus 0.4 squared is 0.09 plus 0.16, which is 0.25, and if we take the square root, we get 0.5. So this point is on a circle with a radius of 0.5. So to get the actual radius, we have to double it, so it would be 0.6 and 0.4. But if we take 0.3 divided by 0.5, we will get the point that's actually on the circle to be 0.3 divided by 0.5 was 3/5, and 0.4 divided by 0.5 is 4/5. So it's the same problem as 83, except cosine and sine are switched to cosine and sine, and so the tangent would be the reciprocal, and these would be reversed here. So let's write it. Cosine of the angle would be 3/5. The sine of the angle would be 4/5. The tangent of the angle would be 4/3. The secant would be 5/3. Cosecant would be 5 over 4, and the cotangent of the angle would be 3 over 4. And 102, a bit shorter, it says g of theta is the cosine of the angle, and the angle is supposed to be 60 degrees. But now it says, what's g of 2 theta? So we got a double 60, which is 120. So we look at the unit circle and find not 60, but 120 on the unit circle, which puts us here where the 30, 60, 90 triangle fits. And it'll have a short leg and a long leg. And the cosine is the short leg, which is -1/2. Cosine of 120.